Hey, I'm Steve Harper, and welcome to another edition of the Ripple Effect Vlog. Welcome to the Ripple Effect Vlog. I don't know how my lighting is looking. I've tried this several times, and I'm really homespunning this. You've gotten to see a couple of different versions of different settings. Some of my creative eye in my game room at my house, which is not a studio, hence why the lighting is poor. Well, I probably have a shadow behind me right now, which makes me very insecure and odd feeling. Odd feeling. That's what I'm feeling. So, thank you for joining me for another edition of the Ripple Effect vlog. I'm having a good time cutting these videos and sharing some, tales from the ripple, if you will. And today I want to talk to you about a different topic altogether, and it's called the side hustle. I actually had not heard this term until I met a friend through a friend, met a young lady through a friend who has now since become a friend. So I guess it is a friend through a friend. Last year, and she comes from the Northwest, and apparently the side hustle is a pretty common theme that I, down here in my little bubble, had never heard. I've heard side projects, I've heard you're working on another gig, I've heard all these different things, but the side hustle was a terminology that I was unfamiliar with. But super glad to have it because now I use it all the time. Side hustle is the thing that you're working on that could be that dream or that vision or that goal. Maybe it's to leave your current job or employment and go work on your own venture, to become an entrepreneur, to break free of the bondage chain of the man, in essence, become the man and or the woman, let's be fair, and start your own company. And therefore, people will look at you as the man as opposed to you looking at someone else as the man or woman, just to be politically correct. But you're working on your own thing, and it's something you have to do on the side, hence why they call it the side hustle. But essentially what you're doing is you're focusing your time and energy outside of work and whatever you are doing today to pay the bills. You're focusing your time and energy on getting the day job done and then going home and working on your dream or vision in your own spare time and your own effort. And there's so many stories, there's so many inspirational articles each month in Inc. magazine, or you pick a blog, Success Magazine, Inc. Magazine, Fast Company, and it seems like a lot of these folks are, sort of starting their own ventures and, finding success overnight. And you and I both know that that doesn't happen that way. In fact, in order to make any venture go, you've got to put a significant amount of time and effort into it. And for those of you that are what I would consider part-time wannapreneurs, yeah. Yes, that's somebody who wants to one day own their own venture and be their own boss and run their own company, their own product or service. You are at this juncture a wannapreneur. I don't know why I feel compelled to say it like that, but it really does feel kind of good when I do. It gives me a little tingle in my tummy. So you are working on something, but you're not quite ready to take the leap full time to be able to go make your venture go. And there are a lot of people out there that will give you advice and guidance and say, well, that will never work unless you dedicate all your time and effort and your resources towards it. And I'm here to say that's bullshit. Excuse my French, although I don't think that is French. Why do we call it French? Do we just not like the French? Is that why? Do we know? Hulk's over in the corner. He's just staring at me. Anyway, I think that any time that you're putting an effort towards achieving anything, it could be a goal, could be a new venture that you want to start, it's a technology or an app that you're creating, you got to put in the time and the effort, but you also have to be a smart entrepreneur, and you have to be willing to take that side hustle, keep it in perspective, and know that it's not something that's going to generate cash flow for you right now and potentially isn't something that you can live on. So you do have to put in the day-to-day work, and you have to go do whatever is necessary in order to make the bills continue to get paid. The mortgage and the lights, mortgage gets paid, the lights stay on. You got a vehicle to get you from point A to point B because you're going to need that when you're an entrepreneur, clearly. You're going to need something to pay for the internet access and all the contract development or whatever you're working on. Not making any guesstimates, but you do have to put in the time in order to be able to prove out your concept, prove out your idea, and then make it go. So the side hustle, if you're not working on one, I encourage you to think about the side hustle as something that you might want to begin to work on. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a venture. It doesn't necessarily have to be a new company. It could be a project like writing a book or deciding that you're going to get really good at a specific hobby that you might be able to turn into a few bones on Pinterest or one of those craft sites. I don't know any of them, so I won't embarrass myself by trying to tell you what they are because I don't know. But the side hustle for me, you'll notice I'm wearing, you may not be able to see it in camera, but McNeil Soccer. Soccer is a passion of mine. It's something I always have really loved to do. It's my respite. It's my meditation. It's my zen. And it is my side hustle in a lot of ways. I work on a couple of different ventures, so I don't want to mislead you. But I look at soccer and all the time and energy and effort that I put into coaching young people as sort of my side hustle. And it's also my mental relief, right? I can take the stress away and I can pound it on those guys. You know, some days they're not real happy when I haven't had a great day at the office, but you know, it is a way for me to blow off steam and to be able to contribute in some small way to the community and really get an opportunity to expose, this game of soccer to the masses, in my opinion. And I love it. I've coached for 24 years and I feel like I have a few more years to go in doing it. And it's something that I truly, truly enjoy. And the side hustle has got to be that. It's got to be something that you're committed to, something that you're focused on. And if it's writing a book, if it's starting a venture, if it's just volunteer coaching for your little league baseball team or your soccer team, you got to put all your time and energy in trying to be the best at it that you can possibly be. And so I think it's critical for people to have a side hustle. I think it is almost necessary in today's attention deficit disordered world to have something that you put your energies into outside of your day-to-day job. And for entrepreneurs, speaking to you specifically, it can be a stressful, lonely life, and you almost need that side hustle, that side activity to allow you to have that opportunity to decompress and recharge your batteries and be inspired in so many other ways. And so I encourage, especially the startup entrepreneur, to find that. I can't imagine having run a good number of companies at this point had I not had coaching, soccer coaching, as my mental and physical outlet, how crazy I might have been during those times. But I could fear for the people that worked for me if I didn't have it. So the side hustle had a huge ancillary benefit to me. But whatever your side hustle is, find it and go jump in with both feet and both arms and commit yourself to whatever it is that you want to go out and do or go out and learn or go out and create. But God forbid you are just putting in the time, you're punching the clock, and you're going home and you're spending the rest of the time in front of the boob tube, because that is not a life worth living. And the side hustle gives you purpose. The side hustle gives you direction. The side hustle gives you something to shoot for. And hopefully for those of you that are working on a side hustle venture that potentially could blow up to be the next app or the next technology or the next great service, Godspeed, because it is something that when you put in the right time and the right effort, the right opportunities will flow to you, and that venture will eventually replace your full-time income. I won't guarantee that. There is no money-back guarantee on this video, I can assure you, but I will tell you that if you put in the time, the energy, and the effort, and you got a good enough idea, a good enough product, a good enough service, guess what? You will find traction, and you will make it work, and that side hustle may become your full-time hustle, in which case, you got to go find another side hustle. But I'm loving the term. I like the idea, and it's something that I'd love to start a bigger conversation with you about, because I think all of us have that side hustle inside of us, and we just got to figure out what that is. So if you haven't figured out yours, please keep digging. Keep trying. Keep doing and pulling the rope or climbing the rope or swimming, or I don't know where I just went with all those physical activities, but this is supposed to be a serious video, not an act your way through it video. Clearly, that's why I didn't do well in drama. But find it. Find your side hustle and have some fun while you do it. My other Twitter handle is @RippleOn. My website, ripplecentral.com, if you want to check out what I do, how I do it, and what I could bring to you, your venture, your side hustle, or hell, just help coach you to get your side hustle off the ground. I'm there. I'd love to have a conversation. But, you know, that's all I got to say on that matter. And like Peyton Manning and Forrest Gump said, I don't know if you saw his press conference this past week, but that's all I'm going to say about that. So anyway, thanks for joining, and until next time, ripple on. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hi. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Sounded a little Johnny Cash there, didn't it? No gum. Gum. Ooh, love that gum. It's like a little bit minty, but a little bit vanilla-ish. And I don't know where I found it, but I love it.